Goodness. This is Sporty King, and it's goodness because I don't know if it's morning, afternoon, or evening that you're enjoying this broadcast, but it's good that you are. So thank you. I'm Sporty King, and welcome to Gift Friday. I created Gift Friday because so often we hear people say TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. But I say, what allure does Friday have to that person that took their last breath on Thursday, or any day before that for that matter? Therefore, I like to share what I learned in Psalm 92 and 2. And that is, it is good to proclaim your unfailing love in the morning, your faithfulness in the evening. Thus, instead of TGIF, I say TGIT. Not thank God it's Thursday, but thank God it's today. And then TGIT, thank God it's tonight. Because I've also learned from Matthew 6 and 34. So don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Today's trouble is enough for today. Thus, I say, consider another way of looking at TGIF, and that is trusting God is free. Think about it. What does it cost to be blessed with the greatest gift of every day, which is waking up? It doesn't cost you a dime. And that still moves us into realizing that when we take the T in TGIF and move it from the front to the end, we find what we should be thanking God for every day, all day. And that is the gift, GIFT, and the fact that God is for today. So, Gift Friday is the online sharing of one of my original poems and its possible uses to inspire audiences alive, in person, or virtual, as well as to inspire you. Then each poem will be my gift to you. Here, what you'll do is you'll hear me read a keepsake PDF poem that you'll be able to go and download from my website when this is all over. Meanwhile, today, Friday, April 16th, is it's the middle Friday of a 5 Friday month. So therefore, I've decided to share this week's poem from my book, I Found Out I'm Living, an Affirmation of Life. And the poem is, How Far is the Middle? How far is the middle? Have you run this race before? Do you know how to be a winner? Or do you just know how to score? Our lives move forward at a pace set by words, where all things we're about to, getting ready to, thinking about doing, can get the last laugh when we put our breathing on hold to explain or justify indecision. How far is the middle? Have you run this race before? Do you know how to be a winner? You can fly or you can soar. See, when our lives are so cut and dry, black and white, hot or cold, we find ourselves surrounded by options that possess a new clarity, though we can't recognize or acknowledge it. A clarity that thirsts for connection, understanding, empathy, flexibility, joy, reward, truth, love. You know what I'm saying. How far is the middle? Have you asked him to keep your score? For you know how to be a winner. You can fly or you can soar. Our starting and ending points mean little. What we've done to get here is what counts. Let us be thankful for the experience, even the blessing to look back and see the lessons of life learned our way that shape us and help us to be. How close are you to God? Have you asked him to keep your score? For you know how to be a winner. You can fly or you can soar. The joke is that I was inspired to write this poem because a woman told me that she couldn't date me because she was in the middle of a divorce. And so in my mind, I asked the question, well, how far is the middle? You're either interested or not. Now, don't go jumping all over the computer. I didn't say that to her. And I know that she was just using a nice way to say no. And we stayed cool after that with one another. But I told you that she inspired the poem, not that it was against her. So let me go back to my thought in writing the poem, which is about something we really don't know. And that is, how far is the middle? That question, how far is the middle? You see, let's use her divorce and let's use her relationship. Think about it. When did the divorce really start? Not with the serving of the papers or not even with that first discussion. Feelings had to change, be internally questioned and reconsidered, things noticed and overlooked, bounced off of someone you trusted. Flashbacks and forecasts had to be revisited, wedding vows had to be recited. And when the paperwork is finalized, adjustments will have to be made in daily habits, living space reconsidered, comfort levels with mutual friends, reactions to seeing one another with another, gifts recategorized, flashbacks and forecasts revisited, the judge's final decision or the judge's final ruling recited. So, not knowing where it began, who knows where it'll end? Who knows where the middle is? Now, using our lives, we commonly say we're in the middle of a storm or a situation when we actually don't know when it's going to end. Yet we believe that it will. And that's what the poem is really about. You're really going to have to download your copy and go to poetry class with me on this one because this is actually 3 poems in one. I'm going to break it down here for you. And then when you download it, you'll see it much clearer. You see, the real poem is in the middle stanza. See, when our lives are so cut and dry, black and white, hot or cold, we surround ourselves with options that possess a new clarity, though we can't recognize or acknowledge it. A clarity that thirsts for connection, understanding, empathy, flexibility, joy, reward, truth, love. You know what I'm saying. You see, cut and dry, black and white, hot or cold is a life stuck in a box that's surrounded by all the beauty and color in our world. And the most important thing outside that box are the choices we can make to have those things that we're missing when we allow ourselves, the most important thing outside that box are the choices we can make to have those things we're missing when we allow someone else to shut our lives down. Those things are the connections, understanding, empathy, flexibility, joy, reward, truth, love. You know what I'm saying. And the chorus melody of how far is the middle is recited 4 times in the poem. Yet on the 4th one, it changes to how close are you to God? Have you asked him to keep your score? For you know how to be a winner. You can fly or you can soar. You see, the middle is not as important as your relationship with God. He knows where every storm started and where it will end for him. So is what you'll need to do is to really enjoy this poem is download your copy. And here's what it's going to look like. And you're going to see you're going to see that the stanzas above and after that middle stanza can be read in reverse and it would still have be the same poem. And that's actually your second poem with the lines above and below the middle stanza written in reverse. Then taking the first 3 chorus melodies totally out. The how far is the middle, we're going to totally take those out. And that will create that 3rd poem. And it's the final poem. And it reminds you to add it all up and know that you are a winner. Not only should you believe you can fly, you should believe that you can soar. If you're on with me live, take a breath, and I'll drop the link in the thread within the next 60 seconds. If you're watching the video, it's already there. Have a safe and wonderful weekend. You see, we know that this is the end of the week. I'm Sporty King. Happy Gift Friday. Ciao.